Every financial story starts with something surprisingly simple: a person making an ordinary decision. Alex walks into a supermarket, just like millions of people do every day. He picks up a few things he needs. Nothing unusual is happening. But behind that simple shopping trip is a much bigger story about how money moves. Because when Alex spends $100, that money doesn't just disappear. It moves from one person to another, connecting people who may never even meet. Alex pays the cashier, and the money begins its next journey. The store doesn't simply put that money in a drawer and forget about it. The business uses money to pay workers, suppliers, rent, and other costs. And suddenly, one simple purchase has become part of a much bigger economic chain. Emma is another part of that chain. She goes shopping and makes her own everyday choices. She fills her cart with groceries, but each item represents another transaction somewhere in the economy. At checkout, Emma hands over her money. And again, the money keeps moving. That same $100 bill now belongs to someone else. The supermarket uses its income to keep the business running. Part of that money can eventually become someone's paycheck. The worker receives the money and can now use it for their own needs. Maybe they buy groceries. Maybe they pay a bill. Maybe they buy something they have been saving for. Now, zoom out, and something interesting appears. These aren't separate transactions anymore. They are pieces of one enormous network, with money constantly moving between people and businesses. And this is where economics starts getting really interesting. Professor Morgan would tell you that the economy is less like a pile of money and more like a giant web. Every household, worker, business, and bank is connected to something else. Alex spends money at a business, and that business receives income. The business then uses part of that income to pay its workers. Those workers spend money somewhere else, and the cycle continues. The business also pays suppliers, who have their own workers, costs, and customers. And those suppliers keep the money moving through another part of the economy. Pull the camera back far enough, and the whole city starts to look connected. $100 can support many different transactions as it moves from person to person. But there is another important player in this system: the bank. Emma deposits her money, and now the bank becomes part of the journey. From Emma's point of view, the money simply appears safely inside her account. But behind that simple screen is an enormous financial system connecting savers, borrowers, and businesses. Think of the banking system like the plumbing underneath a city. You don't see most of it, but it helps everything connect. Now, imagine Mr. Carter owns a restaurant, and he wants to improve his business. He sees an opportunity to buy better equipment that could help the restaurant serve more customers. But there is a problem. The equipment costs money, and he may not have enough cash sitting around to buy it. This is where credit can connect the bank to the real economy. When financing supports a useful business investment, that money can help create activity, jobs, and more transactions. But economic cycles don't always move smoothly. Sometimes people look at their bills and decide to wait before buying something extra. Emma might do the same thing. She checks her phone, thinks about the purchase, and decides to hold onto her money. When enough people make that decision, businesses begin to notice. Fewer customers can mean slower sales, and slower sales can put pressure on a business. The business may respond by cutting costs or delaying plans. And sometimes, that can mean fewer new jobs or fewer hours for workers. This is the economic domino effect. One person's caution can become another business's problem, which can become another worker's problem. And if enough pieces slow down at the same time, the entire economic machine can begin to lose momentum. That's why confidence matters so much. Confidence is one of the invisible engines of an economy. When people feel secure, they spend, businesses invest, and workers keep earning. But when confidence falls, people become cautious, and the flow of money can slow. Imagine the economy as a giant machine. If one gear slows down, the gears connected to it can slow down too. And every individual decision can add a little more momentum or a little more resistance to that machine. Sometimes the money doesn't disappear. It simply sits still. And when money starts moving again, it can reconnect people, businesses, workers, and suppliers. Pull back far enough, and you can see that millions of small decisions create the movement we call the economy. Alex finally sees the bigger picture. That $100 bill was never just $100. It was part of a system, and the real power of money isn't only where it sits. It's what happens when it moves. If this video changed how you look at money, please like and share the video and subscribe to Cash Flow Funda for more simple insights into business, economics, and finance. Know someone who needs to hear this? Pass it along. Remember, minor changes in mindset lead to major changes in wealth. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.